Yeah, good evening. Welcome to today's weekly forecast. Last week we had a very decent trade, and everything worked as you know forecasted. And I think the last video I did before the CPI news that I was telling us, I was giving a detailed analysis on what the news is going to do and the levels of execution, and everything played out like that. And it's nothing but your the power of analysis, wave, and structure. Now, today's video is going to be a bit prolonged because there is a need for me to actually make you understand some things, because if you are trading forex and you are having losses, it means that you have not understood the concept of what it's all about. You must understand how it works. You must understand the concept, and you must be able to make consistent profit. Number one, you must understand the fractal nature of this business. You must understand also that even though it's fractal, everything comes together like a broccoli. It comes together like a broccoli. And when you understand that it's a broccoli, or the fractal nature of wave and structure, then you now know how to proceed to maximize, your gain. Before I dwell into that, see this move. There's a turning here. And this happened around October last year, October 3rd. And October to October, we've done a year plus now. And what we've done so far in that 1 year is just a small bit. This is a monthly time frame. And this is a monthly time frame. So what we have done in 1 year is just this move. So if you compare that with what the wave has been doing since inception, this is very, very small. And people have made multi-million with this small part alone. Do you want to wait from here to exit here? Are you willing to keep your trade for that long? The answer is no. Because the aim of this business is to make money. You cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out on weekly basis, because that is the way to trade, really. You don't want to have your money, pegged down for too long without any returns. So, but now, how to do it is what we want to talk about. When this wave started here, you don't know that it's going to unfold and become this. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. So you cannot say this is the format, this is the structure it's going to take. You don't know that. You're not equipped to know that. But again, because of the fractal nature of the wave and this, the structure, we're able to piece together, how everything is unfolding and how to make our gains out of it. Now, this is the monthly time frame. This started since 2000 until 2023. That's about 23 years, structure that we have in front of us. But we're going to, focus on this part alone. So let me try, and this is where we are going to focus. If you think that the movement here on the monthly candle is just straight up to this point, it is not so. You had movement to this point and down, up and down, to this point, up and down. We must understand what the structure is doing and how to proceed. So this is what it is on the monthly time frame. And we are thinking, or we are hoping that this wave might grow up to break this top, even break this top before anything. So this thing that is forming might take years, and we have to profit. And it's not just going to grow to this point. You know, we want to make money in it. So let me turn to the weekly time frame, or let me just go right in there, because I don't need to be telling you the weekly and the weekly. There's what I want us to know. Let's see if I can show you anything on, you know, okay. So now we are going to be starting. We are picking this height here. We are picking this height here, and we are starting our analysis on that height. And the height is July 18 this year. So we're going to pick that height July 18 this year. July 18 this year. We're going to be working on that. Okay. So we're going to be working on this July, you know, probably Monday 17th. So we're going to be working on that. Now, how do we analyze normally? Because this is a turn, and it's obvious that it's a turn for us. If I want to go to the 1 hour time frame, if I want to go to 1 hour time frame, let's pick it, 1 hour time frame. Now, it's here. When you are trading, you don't know what trade is going to build into. The first thing is to pick your first high and to pick your pullback, and you connect the two on any time frame that you think you want to connect. That will be a clue to tell you if your trade is going to break up or not. That's the first clue. You have to first look at when the trade, you know, pulls down and the return. That is one thing you have to know. And this is what we have now. So I'm going to try to bring this and take it down. This is the first thing that we know on the 1 hour. You can take it to 15 minutes, it's okay, or 5 minutes. Depends on if you want to. Let's go and take 15 minutes. Just to make sure that we align it very well, properly. I want to teach us something, because we must be making consistent profit. It's slowing down. It's too slow to load. And I have to do this. I can't, the network, it's important that we know this. Okay, now, so we are there. I think it has loaded. So it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. So this is the first thing that we will see. When you have a trust down on this time frame, this is the first thing that you will see, okay? And you try to pick your height, because you don't know what is going to develop into. You try to pick your height. That seems like our height. We want to pick the low before we had that pullback. This is our low. And we want to pick our pullback. And this is our pullback. At this point. Now, probably that is the first thing that we can see on the 1 hour or on the 15 minutes or on the 1 hour. Now, the main aim of you understanding how to draw your trend line, either you are selling or you are buying, is to be sure if what you are dealing with, it's a corrective leg or it's going to grow into a trend. When you are dealing with correction, most of the time, you work with extension of maybe 123, not more than 161.8. It could be smaller. Retracement, extension, 123, 100, 50, retracement, 61.8 retracement, 76, 78, 90, 100, an extension of 123, but not more than 161.8. The main aim of you understanding that is what is developing in my, in front of me. Am I dealing with a motive wave or a corrective wave? Now, with this as an example, if we take what has happened here from the top down to the end of that wave, this looks like it's not up to 0.990, it's about 85. So it's looking like, okay, this is a wave 2. It could be a wave 2. Now let's go inside of a 1 minute time, 5 minutes time frame and see if you can still get something out here. I hope it loads. I hope it loads because I need to teach you this, because all we want to do is to make consistent, profit. And one of the best things that you can understand here, it's not giving us, my goodness, we're not getting anything on. The last one you could give us here was just August. Too bad. On 5 minutes. Too bad. Let's go back to 15 minutes. That's quite, too bad. Very too bad. Okay. We'll make you do with 15 minutes. By the time I probably push to other parts of it, we might be able to probably make use of 5 minutes and lower time frame once we go past August. Now, you might not be able to appreciate if this one came down as a motive wave. Because if this one that come down as a motive wave, most likely as a motive wave, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we cannot see the internal structure. But this one went up as what? A correction, like a zigzag. Like this is A, and this is B, and from here to a C to finish that. That's the first thing. So this is seen as a primary 2. This is from the origin, this is a 1, and this is a primary 2. When you have a primary 2, you want to be sure that that forms the fulcrum of your trend line, that any other thing should be playing below the trend line. And if it's an impulse, there's going to be a sharp thrust. The sharp thrust in itself will tell you that this wave that is developing will be an impulse, something that will give you a 161.8 extension or more of wave 3 that is not going to be corrective. So we'll be seeing all of that. Now, this is what we have now. And after that, it began to develop, this might be a wave 1 of that one and a wave 2 or that particular one. So, and it went on and went on. And if this is a motive wave, and this one had given us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a B, C, for us to pick where a wave 3 at least should be, what we do normally is to say, okay, if it's going to be a wave 3 or it's going to be a corrective wave, this is what you'll be looking for at least where the price is going to turn. Now, we want to see what a wave 3 looks like at least. A 161.8 is where a wave 3 should get to if it's going to be a wave 3. So these are things you can project before it turns up. So, and these are not given a 161.8 extension. We're going to continue to follow it until we got to this point. Now, we don't regard anything between here and before here as the completion of wave 3. If this is going to be a corrective wave on a larger time frame, it will break the trend line. It will break it. So, and that is how to know if something is going to develop into a larger trend and a motive wave, then it shouldn't break the trend before it gets to 161.8. So what did we see? We saw this, a 161.8 extension at this point, and it broke it. So breaking it tells you that at least your wave 3 is here. We are following this history for you to know how to maximize your profits. You must allow a wave on the daily, or sorry, on the 1 hour time frame or 4 hour time frame to complete itself, and tell yourself that this is where I want to exit. Now, seeing this as 161.8, and we can say that this is like a wave 3. So because it has grown like a 1, a 2, and a 3, and is 161.8. Now, the wave that got in here, it's very important to me to know how to deal with it. And that is gives me a strong statement, because number one, if I've been coming from here, I may probably have joined this trade here, or I may have joined this trade here. Joining this trade here, you may only have one trade, and you are watching carefully that is this going to turn to an 100 or a 123? Let's use those ones as well, because maybe we don't know what it's going to be. Let's use those as well. I'm doing this because of, the fact that people are missing out. Okay, I think I didn't get that well. So let me pick it again. From this point to this low. Okay, back up here. Okay, so if we are going to pick our 100, this is where our 100 is, and this is where our 123 is. Okay, it's always good to align yourself, because you don't know the trade that is building up, if it's going to be corrective or it's going to be a motive wave. Excuse me, please. and you are counting your wave as it's going down. Now, the fact that at this point, price got here and broke it, you are thinking that what is price going to do here? You are going to wait until you have a decent pullback. Price at broken an 100 tells you this is not going to be an 100. It's not going to be an 100. The price got to a 123 here. Then you are thinking that is this one going to be a flat? You are watching, is it going to be a flat? Now, the price came down, gave me an extension up to this point. You are watching, could this be a flat or not? Because it could have been, this is 127 really, up to this point. So this has been nullified. It's out of the way for us, but because we don't know if it's going to grow and come to this point. All you want to do again, before you make a rash decision, is to probably, this new wave, try to draw, because the wave came down like this in 3 waves and got to this point. That's the first point here. That's the first point that tells you that this particular wave is completed. But in its own completion, it's completing itself like a retracement to the downside, an extension to the downside of 123, which is not correct. Which is not correct, because what you would want to see is that if a new wave is going down, how do you even count it? If you say this is an A and this is a B, and you want to see a C, because that's how to think, because this could have been a corrective wave that, okay, you think price went up, and this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C. You want to be sure that, is this a C? You want to be sure. Because if this is a C, and we are getting this reaction here, the price should turn to the upside, because it could be a C, really. It could be a C, because if you had an A and this one did this as a B, reaction at about 85, and that is looking like a zigzag to the downside, then you have to count this to be a 5-wave structure. And if it's not a 5-wave structure, then you now begin to see, no, this cannot be a C, because it's not a 5-wave structure. That is how to nullify that is not a C. Now, let's see something here. Because if you are saying this is going to be a C, that this is A and a B, so it means that between here and here, this should be a 2. And if this is a 2, you should have a 3 here. And it should run like a normal motive wave, and it should be correct. But this is quite huge here. This movement is huge, very big, compared to what you are seeing here. So that is where you begin to ask yourself, what exactly is developing here does not look like ABC. Let's pick it here, from here. It's like you are trying to follow the history to that point, and this is like a 50, okay? And if it is a 50 from here, you tell yourself, if it's a 50 from here, return here from a 50. Then if it's still corrective, then you expect this to be at least an 100 here. So let's see if that one is going to give us an 100. You might need to this tail here, back up here. So 100 is here. This is not making any sense. It's not making any sense. So this cannot be a C. It means that the wave is still continuing to the downside. So because we had a break of structure to the downside here, this went up, and this gave me a structure. And we add this break of structure. So what is expected is that I must go back to retest that structure up there. But because it's not looking like a complete wave to ABC, then I'm thinking that this thing may still go down. So at the end of the day, it's now looking like, okay, we are having another wave to the downside, but this wave does not look as if it's complete to the downside. So it's looking like, okay, I've done this move and I have an A, I have a B, I have a C here in the middle of that. Let me try, and we want to follow the history of what is developing, because at the inception, you don't know what is happening. These, of course, are tick like a 1 and a 2. And of course, it could be an A, a B, and a C. Of course, we had a reaction here at 123 or 127. You say, okay, perfectly A, B, C. But looking at the internal structure of this looks like a 1 and a 2. There's something that looks like a 3 and a 4 and a 5. So that knocks off this one to be a C, which means that this thing is still continuing. It has not finished itself. So we're looking at the possibility of A, B, and a C here for this move to the downside. We had this thrust to the downside, and we're having another big correction of these in the middle of being a possible correction to this one. So we begin to see a 1, 2, 3 as an A after this move, an A, B, and a C, and price will go down. So when you are breaking structure and you are yet to cross your trend line, and what you think is C is not C, all you can do in your life is to always look for a 3-wave pullback to trade. You look for a 3-wave pullback like this one, 1, 2, 3. You can come in here if you are able to measure it to trade this. Since you are here, see what the price is doing. Price is making a lower low. A lower low here, and this is also a lower low at this point. Price is making a lower low. So you must continue to follow the history, because this is not complete. And I don't know that it's going to come here. I'm only anticipating where is the level of 100, where is the level of 123, where is the level of 161.8 to know if before any of those levels, price is going to walk up and break the trend line. If it breaks the trend line before 161.8 extension, then no, this is not an impulsive wave. It's a corrective wave. So we are seeing this, we have picked these two top and we are going down. Okay. So after A, B, C, we broke the structure again. We now add another one here, which is an A of A. We had an A here. Then you now have probably a B in the middle. So the B gives you how would you say it now? So okay, this is an A. Okay, this is an A, probably an a B and a C. Yes, this gives you an A, B, and a C, and that will be an A. The entire run here will be an A, because the three format A, B, and a C, and A. And if you had looked at this one in the lower time frame, this one will give a 5 wave. C would always be a 5 wave. If you look at it, it's going to be a 5 waves. Unfortunately, this is July. I can't go down. Maybe we'll still get opportunity of breaking C. You will see that this one had gone up. This was like a 2. Locked in here, you have your 3. From here, 3. And price can truncate the 4th and the 5th wave. Sorry, the 4th wave comes and truncate the 5th wave. Then we now add this as a B to the downside, and this is another C. And in this, if you go to the lower time frame, you might be able to see this as a 5 wave, 4 and a 5. Then we had another thrust to the downside. Now, looking at the whole of these, really, this one probably will give us an A, B, and a C for this thrust down. And this thrust down, because it's a thrust down after correction, most of the time it will complete itself in a 5 wave, because it's a thrust down. It should complete itself in a 5 wave structure. And probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to finish. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 must be in between here to finish this wave, and you have this correction. And looking at this correction, we are trying to follow a developing history and how to actually practically trade. So you can see that this correction is like a 2, that's 50. So it has run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just the way it ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and a 2 here. It did the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and a 2. And here you can see your 3, your 4, and a 5 here. So I think this one can still present us with something. So let's look at this being a 3 and a 4 and a 5. From here, oh God. From here, this comes down to this point as a 1 and a 2. A 2, we have confirmed that. See, this is exactly at the low here is 161.8, exactly there as 161.8, which will give you a 3. And because it gave us a 3, so we've had, you know, a truncation here to probably have given us this is complete on this. Are you following us? And it's like that. So this is complete. Then we're now having another correction to the upside. So, but now looking at this as a broccoli, which is the fractal nature of this, we are coming down, we are picking every pullback to trade and to trade. Remember what I said here. So we'd have 5 waves, a pullback, a 3 waves pullback. We came down here, and this does not look like a complete 5 waves. So which means that probably a wave 3, 5, 3, 1 is developing, and after 2, a 3, 1 is developing in this format, and this is a 3, 2, and this is a 3, 3, and a 3, 5. So I finished with 5 here for this particular structure. A 5 and the 3rd wave is finished here. Based on this extension between here, here, and here, we have finished at least the 3rd wave. And this is looking like a wave 4 here, because when you see that, you are counting that this had given me 161.8, I must be looking for a wave 4. Now, looking for a wave 4, how do I see that that is not more than a wave 4? I come here, come to this point of 2, down to where a 4 supposed to be. Now, the 4 supposed to be here, not more than this, okay? So that is where I'm supposed to see a 4. And let's see what the price had done. Now, if this one has come down as 1, 2, 3 up to this point, the 4th wave should not go beyond here. So it means that the 4th wave was finished down here. The 4th wave was finished down there. Just continue to look at it. So this in itself had done 1, 2, 3, and a 4, 5 of this particular wave to finish this wave, and they did a 4th wave here, and they truncated the 5th wave there. So now you must know when the structure is complete, you must go to the lower time frame to see that they had completed this structure here by doing a 4th wave and the 5 wave without breaking low. So the low was formed by wave 3, and they have finished all these as the first broccoli, as wave 1 here. We are following it. They have finished all of that as the first wave of the broccoli, and this one had completed all from here to here as a 1, 2, then a 3, then a 4 and a 5, and this is just wave 1. This is like wave 1. Or I may even use this like a wave 1. Now, what has developed here, because you don't know, you never knew if this is going to be a wave 2 or not, but this is a wave 1 that has completed itself here. Now, this now went up. So what you think that, oh, probably you don't know, you think wave 1 is, wave 4 is developing, breaking here, tells you this is not a wave 4 anymore, it's a new wave, and the new wave that it could be is a 2 because it broke 50 here. So it's a new wave. And this new wave being a 2, what kind of 2 are you dealing with? What kind of 2 are you dealing with? Because you won't count 2 by picking it from here to this point. You were looking for a 4, it has broken the limit of a 4. So like we know something that after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there must be an ABC correction. So, and that ABC correction started from here, A, and this is a complex here, A and a B and a C, and this must be in a 5-wave, format. If you go to the lower time frame, but now knowing that if it's a B or a C, we must pick the origin of this wave to the last point of it, which is here, to the last point of it to complete that wave, which is here, and we now look at it as an ABC. Now, this is over 51.50. So which now tells me this is another wave here. So this is an ABC of the entire run. So this is the 4th wave, and this is wave 5 here. The 3rd wave, wave 4, wave 5, to finish this as a broccoli. Now, because that has finished as a broccoli, this has finished as a broccoli. So you being able to count the internal structure of this one, then you are able to probably say, okay, let me exit somewhere very close here, because it might not even break low. Because this is 3, and this is 4, and this is 5, but this is 1. The whole of that is 1, and how many pips is that? That is actually about 100 pips. Then you cannot tell yourself, this is 100 pips. Let me bargain this 100 pips. Even if you don't want to bargain the 100 pips, and you are still keeping it, thinking that, okay, maybe it may go up. But the best thing to do actually is, if you're able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, try and look for a 4 and a 5 and bargain what you have. Now, because it's developing into what? Into a trend, then you are going to watch that what is going to come next after a completion of this move is going to be an ABC that may break the trend. And it's going to be a big 2. But in this case, it's a 2 for sure. It's a 2 for sure here. So from this point, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish a broccoli. You can decide to bag this in. And you add this correction. You must look at the way this one also is going up, because it could start as a correction and begin to break up. Now, unfortunately, the way people will count this, they will count this as a 5 wave, and this is a 2. It will look like that too. It will look like a 1 and a 2. You have finished this 1 completely. It's completed here. This is not a 4. And that is how to label correctly. This is not the 4th wave to this move. It has broken. The 4th wave is here, and this is a 5. And following the history and trying to break down will tell you that, oh, you have mislabeled. So this way you will not mislabel. This is a 4, a 5 to complete a 1. And this had gone beyond a 50. You didn't take it from here. You took it from here down to here. And this is a bit over a 50. So this is a 2, the second wave. So after looking at the first wave and the primary 2, see that the secondary 2 is not even breaking this. The secondary 2 should not break the primary 2 in a motive wave. So now you now begin to go down. You begin to go down. So we are taking this down. So we are now going to a major 3. So in trying to now look at your major 3, this becomes the origin of your wave, and this becomes your wave of 1. Then this now becomes your wave of the 2. Now, in trying to find your 3, because we have gotten a 2 now, in addition to this, what we do is to look for a 161.8 again to the downside. We come in here, we pick this, and we are looking at potential 161.8 to that. And this is our 161.8 here. Then we are looking also at 100 and 123. So this is 100 and this is 123 or 127. Let's stop at 123. It's a broccoli. So you may decide, end of the day, to still exit what you had up here at this point. If you're able to trade this pullback, you trade it, and you're looking for a sell again. So at the turn of the sell, you can exit this while you keep a new sell order and you are going down. So you are backed in one thing here. If you're able to trade this, how many pips is that? You may not be able to join from the onset because you might not know, except you. And that's about 50 pips. You know, you can get that. It's difficult at times to do. Now, again, you know, in a broccoli, this one has developed into a broccoli and not an ABC. We proved that here. But in a broccoli, this could have been another one, and this one can actually be an A. Even though it's a 5-wave structure, it can be an A, and this being a B, which is also a 50. They want to know now the new cycle. What is it going to give us? Is it going to give us an ABC? The fact that the first one is a 5-wave structure does not mean that the third wave will be a 5-wave structure, because it can be an ABC and it will terminate at 100 or 123. So we were waiting patiently to see what is going to turn up to be for a wave 3 of this move. Then, of course, this is like a 1, an A, B, C of 2. And we had a 2 here, and the inner structure of the third wave like a flash, quite impulsive. And we add a 4th wave here at this point, the 4th wave, and the 5th wave broke low. Because it compromised 100, then we try to take off that 100. We try to take that off 100. Okay, let me just bring it back there. Let me bring it back there. It has broken it anyway. So we want to start a new count. It has broken that. And it has broken below 100. That first tells me, it's not reacting at 100. It's not reacting at 123. It broke lower than 100. It didn't get to 123. I need to see what is cooking up here. And before you know it, you had a correction of A, B, and a C. So these had given me another one. I'd seen a 2 here and has finished this one. So this one becomes another primary, 2 primary here again. And this will be a tough place for price to break again, because if indeed it's impulsive. And this one came down to give me what looks like, is it a 4? Because you need to, we have finished this one. This one has done like a 5-wave structure. Or it may be that we are still seeing a 5-wave structure of, unfolding. You must know how to do this. This one came down like a 5-wave structure to this point, to finish this as a 5-wave here at this point. So we are seeing this is the height of a 2 here. And this is a 1 of this fresh move here. I don't need this anymore. We know it's a 4, so that it does not confuse us. We are seeing things developing and not how to follow it. Then it gets here. We want to see what is this wave to this move. Most of the time what I do is I come to pick this low. It might first be this low that I'll pick first, but now it's giving me another new low. I pick this low and I tell myself the 4th wave should not go beyond a 38 here. So a 38 there, the 4th wave should not go beyond there to this. So it's a 38, and that's a characteristic of what a 4th wave. So I can see that this has become a characteristic of 4th wave to this move here. So this move has not finished. So, and that has pushed my low to this point now. Because that is the lowest point. So this is like a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, a 5 here. To finish this entire wave as a 5 here, to give me a 4th wave here. Now, this one, because it's becoming a wave 3, and that's where you see nest most of the time, then this one is coming down. So let's see what 23, which is here, has been violated. So that tells you this is an impulsive wave. I took it off. Then I'm expecting at least price to test 161.8 of that move, which it has not at that point in time. So I can now see that I finished a wave, another wave is developing, because that is the way the wave 3 is. Wave 3 is very complex. So you look for pullback, and this one is coming down. This also came down like a flash after breaking the structure, a 5-wave structure to the downside. Are you able to see that? It's a 5-wave structure to the downside, 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and we saw this correction. And this correction now, it's like an A here, a B here, and a C here. That's the way it has. So this is corrective in itself. This is corrective in itself. So at that correction, of course, we are hitting what looks like a 161.8. And at that point of 161.8, what I'm getting is a correction, and it's not an impulse. Because I'm getting a correction at that level of 161.8 and it's not an impulse, I should expect after correction, price is going to break down again. So we are following this, please. And what I can do here, because I've had a 1, 2, a 3, and a 4 to complete this, let me bring this down. This is my fourth wave here. Now I've confirmed that that is not beyond a fourth wave. And this is my 2 here at that point. This is July. I won't be able to see anything. The 1 is at this level. The 1 is at this level. I'm not even able to see it. The price came down, touched this, because it came down from here, touched this place, went up this way, and came down. It's when you go to 5 minutes that you will see that. Then this is a new low. It has not broken 161.8 here. So I want to see what is this new wave to this new 2 here. This is over 161.8. So I've had a primary 2 here and having another major 2 here. So this is a 2. I'm beginning to see this as a 2 of the emerging new wave. That's another a 2 there. So this has become a 2. I don't need this one. A 2 in the primary, a 2 in the secondary. We are kind of going down again. So I want to see if this is part of correction of this new wave, that this is one is A, or this one is going into another trend. So all I need to do, I know I've picked that. I come here, get this low. The low at broken 161.8 in the black. Now, of what extension is this? From this point back up here. And this is 161.8, or sorry, about 1.16. Okay, and we are seeing that reaction. It's like this is coming down again. It means that as if this has completed its correction, this is not part or is not making any sense to this. Because if it's going to grow to become a corrective wave to this one, is part of A, B, C correction, then this should at least get to 1, 2, 3, or between 1, 2, 3 and 161.8. So it seems as if the correction is completed for a wave 2 here as a zigzag A, B, C, and this is a 5-wave structure. So this is going into a new wave by breaking structure. If this is like a 1 and a 2, and I'm seeing a 5 waves here, A, B, C, to finish another 5 waves of 3, 1, and this will be a 3, 2. So we are seeing it at this point. We can say at least 3. It doesn't mean that we are finished with 3 here, but at least 3 has to finish properly. So what it is extending itself. So at this point, I'm looking at this is growing. Is this like a 2 to this? If this is like a 2 to this new move, and this is coming down, is this like a 2 to it? That this is more than 50. So it's looking like a 2 to the part or internal structure of a 3. So this had come down like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to finish this wave. And we have an A, a B, and a C here. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 4 and a 5 truncation. And we have this correction also in the middle and A, B, C of B, and another 5 waves here. So this had corrected this. So, and the story continues to grow, and we are going down and down and down. We are going down and down and down. So from here, I know that this had completed a wave, at least once it's 1.8. It doesn't mean that wave 3 is finished. Okay. This also came down like a 5-wave structure. So, and this coming down as a 5-wave structure, if this is a wave 3, and this had formed a wave 3, and I'm seeing a 5-wave structure down here, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to get here, because I didn't know if this one is going to form or not, okay? This, not until I break the structure up here, I won't be thinking that I'm doing a pullback, a deep pullback. But from once you get to a 1.8, you should be expecting that there's going to be a deep pullback. So the 1.8 is here. So I want to see now at the 3rd wave here. Am I going to get a 4th wave to this, or I'm going to get a 4th wave to the major move here? So all I can do first is I want to align myself, because I've gotten a 2 already. I want to align myself what is going to happen. So I'm looking for a 4th wave to this. Because if this is like a 5, the 4th wave to that should end around that area, which price had broken. It should be around this area, which price had broken. First, it is not a 4th wave to this move. Price had broken it. It's like going into the history of this entire run. Now, is it a 5 wave to this? Because it's like I've finished another 5 wave to the downside here to get a 3. Remember, we start from here, a 1, 2, 3 to 3, 4, 5, 5 here, and this give me another 2. Sorry, a 4 to this, and to finish a 5. So if it's a 4 to this, and we are finishing a 5, it means that this is a 1, 2, a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, 5 here. So which has finished this one. So this one is complete, and this also is complete as extension of wave 3 here. So we should be seeing a big rally after a 3rd wave, because this is a completed broccoli as a 1, 2, 3, and this is like a 3. So seeing that price had taken 161.8, I may be looking for, if the wave is complete, to exit. And if it's going to exit, I'm planning that, okay, if this one is going up, I don't know if it's going to give me a bigger rally or a bigger correction. Once it goes up like this and it breaks what I term as the 4th wave of the immediate, then that means a new wave is forming. I need to count the entire structure of that wave and pick the wave 2 and see if I'm going to go up or more, or I'm going to do something else. Now, this new wave here, what is this wave to this? This is as complete like a 4, a 3, a 161.8. So I'm going to look at, let's pick this as a 2 here to this wave, because this is a 2 to this. From these 2, down to these three. We can see that this is a big rally. This big rally is more than 50, is about 61.8. It's a big rally. And if we take it from the primary here, so where this is, it's also beyond 150. So it's a big rally, really. Now, what this one is looking like is that because it's a big rally, we have done all that we could do in here as a 1 and a 2, and probably somewhere in here, we have done a 3 and a 3, a 4, and a 5 to finish this as a single wave. So a 3 and a 4 becomes the 4 and 5 is embedded, and everything didn't push beyond the third wave, just like we saw here. A 4 and a 5, everything didn't push beyond here, and this one now probably will become a 1 major. That is what it's looking like now. This becomes a 1 major, and if this is a 1 major, we want to see what kind of correction is this from the beginning. So we take it from right from the beginning, because it's going to be an ABC. Right from the beginning, we come down here, and this is stopping or starting at 50. So this is a major 2. And that's how to begin to now align our labeling. This becomes a major 2. You never know that it's going to turn out like that, but you're going to follow the history and the internal architecture of this to know what is going to come to. Because this also gave an A, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an A. So we have A, B, and a C here, and we have another wave to this point to finish this as a 5-wave structure here. So now this becomes our new fulcrum. It becomes our new fulcrum. So if we must do something to change anything here, a cycle had been finished. So I can use this for this cycle. A cycle is completed. A cycle is completed. And this one becomes a 2. Our understanding of the broccoli and the fractal nature of the of price is what is going to guide us to what point we are going to exit and take another trade. You don't expect that, oh, it's starting. You can't start a trade and say, this is my entry. The entry is clear, but based on your analysis, you must be able to say, okay, this is where my stop loss is going to be. But your take profit is determined by the unfolding structure, and that you are able to count the structure and to emphasize that is the structure complete for what is a wave 5 or a big correction for you to exit. And because you can do one exit here and another exit here, because a 161.8 session got completed here, you can do another exit here, and you would have had 1 and a 2 trade in the bag. And while you are waiting for correction like this, of course, you might not know. And when you are correcting like this, and you want to buy this pullback, you must have your tight stop loss. You must do analysis and do your stop loss and wait for what is going to happen and as it's unfolding. And if you're able to bag this in, good for you. And you are waiting for when the price is going to come down again. Let me quickly switch to 30 minutes time frame. We are switching to 30 minutes time frame. What is happening now? Okay. Instead of just giving my problems, let me just take this. Yeah. So we are switching this 30 minutes time frame. Fractal nature of the trade. So this has become the new trend line and how we proceed. And the all of this has become a wave 1, and the all of this has become a wave 2. So what next do we do? In case the way we thought, oh, this one is a 1, A, B, and we're getting a C, and we went past C. And after we add this and we saw this as a 2, we are looking for an A, B, C again, and we went past another C. And this has grown to become a big wave, okay? So we also will take the all of this one as a 1 or an A, and this also as a B or a 2. That is how to always do it. That is how to always do it. Don't just think, oh, it's a straight jacket is going to be 2. No, that's how to do it. Then because we got this, again, we are looking for an 100, a 123 to the downside, or 161.8. So what do we do? We'll pick our tools from this point. That is how to grow. You will need to watch this video over and over. I'm teaching you something that is important. Now we want to do a major 3. So this is 161.8 here for a major 3. And is it going to be an ABC? That is how to always project at 100 or at a 123, wherever we get the reaction from. So now we are looking for, see how we got small 1 and small 2 and 3, and to get a full 1 here, to get a full 2 here. Now we can project to where a full 3 should be, which it can turn out to be more. This video is important for you to watch and watch so that you don't begin to blow your account. Nobody is going to give you this. Now, so we've gotten this so far, another impulse. So we are inside of a 3 major now. We're inside of a 3 major. We have detected all of these. We're inside of a 3 major. And this one, because the major is going to break this by what? After this correction, an impulse, a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 to finish this. This also has finished. Let me begin to take some of this thing here. What's wrong with you? Let me begin to borrow them here. So this is a 5-wave structure here. Let me begin to take them here. And this is a 2 here at that point. A 1, around here. So a 1 there, a 2 here. This is quite impulsive. A 2 there in the primary. Then inside of a 3, a 3, 3, a 3, sorry, a 3, 3, a 3, 4, a 3, 5, a 4, and a 5. So as finish this as another piece of a broccoli. We are starting a new broccoli. We are starting a new broccoli. Since this is highly impulsive, you don't need to say you want to exit here, because from what we had gotten here, if it's going to grow into a big C, the way we saw this reaction, this is not a place to get out. It's not a place to get out. You can keep your trade, because at least it has to get to 100 of that extension. So you can keep your trade, and this that is forming could only be nothing but a 2 to this move now. You need to understand this thing. Very important. Probably a 2 at that point. In trying to find these 2 now, you are counting if the wave is correct or complete or not. Is very important also, because you don't know what it is. You think, oh, this is like inside of it, this 3, a 2, a 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. You've had a 4 and you have had a 5. You are not even sure if it's a 5 or a 4. So what all you need to do is to say, okay, maybe I'm not sure. You come to these 2 here. You can always backtest, and so you've come to these 2 here. Because you don't know if you had finished it, then you try to speak where your 4 is going to be. Oh, my goodness. You want to pick where your 4 is going to be. Your 4 should not exceed here. It shouldn't exceed that place. That is 38 in terms of this big move. Most of the time, the price will also give you an hint, because you can see the 4 of 3 here. It's the primary for 4, primary 4 here. And we've added another 4 here. And this 4, the major 4 reacted at 23. So it's a major 4 here, and we had a 5 here. This is complete. This is a big impulse, which you must expect, sorry, correction, which you must expect. So breaking this has confirmed that is a major push-up, and you are looking for more downside. Even if you're not able to trade it, you must be able to begin to now calculate this to come down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish this 1. So means that we are correcting the old wave and not from here to here. So we want to see if it's correct. It must go beyond 50, or at least 50. So this is 50. So being 50 means another broccoli has started, a 1 and a 2. And in here, this being a 2, this has gone up to be probably a 1, 2. If it's a 3, and this may be a 4 and a truncated 5 of this wave. So it could be, and we are turning down again. We are turning down again, and this may be at the end of the day from here to here, an A, B, and a C for us to turn down. So probably looking like a running flat here. The whole of these as an A, B, and a C is still within here, and we are breaking low again. We are breaking low again. We are breaking low again. So as we are approaching 100, We are telling ourselves if it's going to be 100, the price should be reacting here at least. Price didn't react, price reacted above it, telling me that, oh, this is one big correction of an A, probably, and a B, and a C. So that is what it has given me now. An A, after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a 2. And in that a 2, this is an A of a 2, a 4, a 5 truncation, and a B here, and a C here. So that is what this one has given me now. So in trying to understand these, it's a bigger 3. We are seeing correction before 100 extension tells me that most likely we are coming down to break it because we didn't see the action exactly at that level. So, and in terms of a retracement or an extension between here and here, what am I getting? I come here. This is giving me like a 123 extension. So, which means that I'm going to get at least 161, 76 or 100 extensions to the upside because it's like it's going to be an extended flat. So I come in here to pick an 100 extension, but unfortunately they almost touch an 100 here to freak me out. But if you can close your trade, you can close your trade here. The correction is completed because if you're going to count, this is like a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5, and they had finished it there. So this is an A, B, C. This is a bigger 3 unfolding. So this is a 2, and it's still part of a 2. So you can say your 2 has ended here for this move. Now, in terms of trying to now see where this is going to go to. Okay, this is higher. Okay, so this is higher, but let me just leave it here. So this is higher. And it's fast becoming a big trade for me. It's fast becoming a big trade for me. In fact, what they did here is they even make this one more of a complex trade. They made this one more of a complex trade now. See what they have done here. So I'm expecting that the price is going to begin to turn down here. See what they have done again. So this is more of an extension to the upside to finish this 2. So what they have done here per se is after doing this and they cap the top, this is a truncation. They came in here to do an ABC here or a WXY. Yeah, you can say this is an something like a WSY, an ABC, probably like a W, and this is like an X. And after giving us an X, they did again an A, B, C. So this one becomes an X or an A, or you can say that this one is like an A, B, sorry, and how do we, sorry, this is, okay, this is like an A, B, C here. This becomes like an X. This becomes like an X. Then we add A, and in between here is a B, A, B, C. Then to have this as a C, and to complete this as probably an A here for a WXY. This is W, this is X, and this is an A of Y, a B in the middle here of Y, and a C here to finish this. So our 2 eventually will come up here. That's how they can manipulate wave and structure. And all these are happening before we broke 100. That tells us that this is quite an impulsive wave. So our 2 later now comes up here, which is proper 2 for this. And that now gives me a new trend resistance, which is as pushed higher. It's still a wave 2 of 3 that is forming now. So we are developing a broccoli. So let's see this. Let me go to a 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame. This is becoming too long, right? But you need to follow the history as it's unfolding. So it's unfolding, and this has become a break of 100. Tells you it's not an ABC to turn back at 100. All those reactions occurred before 100. Is either they break 100 or it occurred before 100. So you know there's no pushback. And this is 123 here. Which you can expect that maybe they're going to give you a 123. In your attempt to understand the big 3 also, you must be working on the internal architecture of the immediate wave that is unfolding. You must be working on it as well, which means that you must be seeing this as 1 and this one as a 2, and you must be, okay, let me look at the internal architecture of the immediate wave and see if I can pick a 1, 2, 3 or a 161.8 extension for like here now to the origin of 1, no, the end of 1 here, and back to 2 at this point. So in the immediate, see where the 161.8 has coincided with the 161.8 of a big move here at this point. So you can see they are coinciding, and the 100 of the immediate the 100 of the immediate wave. Let me take this to the side. Now, the 100 of the immediate wave also had been taken here. So price breached it, and the 123 of the immediate wave also is here. Price had breached it. So price had breached all of that because these are broken down, and I must be counting the inside of this one. Is it complete before we got to this point? Now, if I treat this as an A and a B, as a matter of fact, is going to come here. My 1 is going to come here really, because this is part of the correction. So my 1 is going to come here really. Though it has completed here, but part of what is happening here, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a 2, and of course this is an A, B, or WXY really. And because this cannot be a 1 and this is a 2 and a 3, no, it's not correct. This is a correction of A, B, C, or WXY here. So I'm sorry, XY here, yes, to give us a 2. And the truth is that this had been taken, and this new wave, is it completed before we got here? So we see this also as a 1 and a 2. And if you are seeing this one as a 1 and a 2, in here, a 3, a 4, a 5. to have finished this one in the immediate. So we are starting immediate of this particular internal wave again. This is part of 3 now. A 1 and a 2, and this is part of 3. Maybe I should just use another color. It's complex, really, of 3. And what is this wave? So to understand what that wave is, this look as if I've completed this wave here. And I'm coming to where I think the 2 is. The 2 in the primary here is actually at this point here. I'm in August now. It's in that place. I want to pick what my 4 should look like in the primary. So I come from 2 back to 1. 1 is a bit deeper. Okay. Let me pick this again. I come from a 2 here to a 1, and my 4 should not go beyond here. My 4 should not go beyond that place. Okay. So we can see the nature that this one are taking now. This is going down as a complete, a 1 and a 2. And to have finished this, is like it's not completed. Okay. It's not completed here. So this one is still going as part of 3. That is what it means until it gets to this point. Until it gets to that point to have finished this. This is most likely a 4, and this is most likely a 5. So if I come here from these 2 back down here, this is approximately a 4 at 40. It's like a 4, and we came down to finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at this level. It means that this is actually now completed as a part of a new wave after this. So this is like a 3rd wave, 1, 2, and this becomes like a 3 here at that point. A 3-1. Oh, let's just continue. Like a 3-1. So if that is a 3-1, it has broken a 1-2-1, a 1-2-3, and we want to see what this reaction is to a 3-1. Is an ABC from the origin. Let me reconstitute the origin there, because what I used there is small. So this origin here. So with that origin there, we're having an ABC correction again of a complete bundle of a broccoli to this point. So this is about 161.8 or thereabouts. That forms a 2 . This forms a 2 of 3. This is where it gets interesting. It forms a 2 of 3. It forms a 2 of 3. Your ability to count this as a 5 wave here, you are looking for a pullback. You are able to see this as a 1 up to this point, a pullback, then you want to go up and see where you can get to. You always look for, after each completion of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you must look for a 2 of the new structure. And that is a deep pullback of the new structure. What we want to trade is a deep pullback of a new structure after you had completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which in this case, we have done that here. And this is a 2 of a new structure or a newer structure. We are going into the third wave now. We are going to the third wave now. Now, since we are just trying to break up, it has taken the trend line to this. So this has become a 2 of this move here. So this has become a 1 and a 2. We are counting and we are inside of a 3. See the way we are going. And we have not finished a 3. This has become a 1 and a 2 of a 3. Then inside the 3, there is a 3, 1 and a 3, 2. Then we are now going to a 3, 3. So going to a 3, 3. See what we have done. We are we had conquered 161.8 and we broke it to the downside. Breaking it means we are still going down. There are some things that tells us don't close your trade early. And more so, we had a big rally upwards. So this thing had broken low, 161.8. The price is still going down deep. That's the meaning of that. So the all of 3 cannot finish here. That is what it's saying. The all of 3 cannot finish here. Then this counted another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside again. Like a flash, a 1, 2. This also can be a 2 to this. Can it be a 2 to that? These are things you have to be doing as you are moving. Can it be a 2? No. Can it? This is like a 4. Yes, that's like a 4. Then that's like a 4. The price came down to give us, that means this wave actually got completed below 161.8 here. So I can take this off and change this to another color. So we know we are still going down bearish. So it means that our 3 at least can be completed here or not. So we are still going down. So it means that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 had finished here. Probably this is like another correction or like a 4 of this wave here. And because it's not a deep correction and we are coming down again. So coming down again now, we have finished this correction. We are seeing a 1 and a 2 again here. You know, this had finished like let me use, probably can use a 3. Probably a 3. This looks like a 3, 1. Okay. I think the best thing to do is to see this one as a 3, 1. Let me do something. A 3, 1. A 3, 2. because it's forming a nest. And this is like a 3-3. So if it's a 3-3, this one becomes a 3-4. This one becomes a 3-4. And we now begin to count a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 to finish a 3-5. It's the same count. To finish a 3-5. So with the completion of a 3-5 here, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. To finish this as a 3-5, I'd finish this a 3 here. So now the last thing that we've done so far is to now see a 4 in the blue. That is what it seems that we are doing. That is a 4 in the blue. We see a 4 in the blue. And because we have finished a 3, we are seeing that we have been breaking up. We broke here to count this complete. We broke somewhere around this area to push up, and this is where we are now. So these are broken here, and it seems we have finished a 3. If it's not complete, we will know again, but from the count, I think we may have finished a 3-5, and that this is like a 4th wave. And in seeing this as 4th wave, you ask me, where do we pick 1? Is this is our 2? Is this our 1? We have said this is like a 1 and a 2. And we are doing, as a matter of fact, in trying to, this is a big rally here. This may have started, yes, part of our 3. So this may have been a 3-1, really. This may have been a 3-1. And this may have been our 3-2, being the longest, a 3-2. Then we are counting a 1 and a 2, a 3-3, a 1, a 2. Yeah. After 3-2 here, a 3-1 here. So we can count a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 here. That's the way it's looking now. So there's a nest here. 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the way this one is for because this is a 3-3 that is long here. So to have finished a 3-3 as a 5 wave here, to have a 4 and a 5 to finish this completely. So this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish that. And that has ended 3. So, and we are seeing a 4 here. So the 2 we are picking as a 2, major 2 is here. And with our green, to finish this is at this point. And our 4 has ended here. So this has become a very motive wave. And to pick our 2, this is from our 2 to our 3. And which is still good for a 3. and our 4. So which now shows that once we break out of here, that's a goodbye. So once we break out of that place to the upside, that's a goodbye. So we need to break out of that place to the upside to kiss a goodbye to bearish move. That's 38. So it's difficult most times to understand how this broccoli forms and how to look for a deep pullback. A deep pullback, which is an ABC pullback, will always come after it completes 5 waves, which is in this case 5 waves completed, a deep pullback. Then we are trying to complete another 5 waves. So this has completed an inner structure of 1 here, and we had probably a complex correction of a 2, of a 3-1 and a 3-2, which is big enough. Then another completion of 5 waves, a deep pullback here, and here, because it's the longest wave, these are shallow pullbacks until we get to the end of a 3-3, which is 3-5, to have another pullback. So a deep pullback here is like a 3 for the 2, 1, 2, for the first part of 3, and for the last part of 3. And these are what we can see here. So we are waiting for these to end with 5, which may be truncated or gives us an extension. That is what we are looking at. Now, we are looking at that possibility. Remember, impulse. Impulse, after correction, and impulse, 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 impulse to get to this point before we had this last correction. The last 5 waves is impulse before this one. Now, I'm going to end the training with what is happening here. So we are focusing majorly on here, and we are seeing another WX ABC of a Y. And the last video that I did had given us a clear perspective of how this one has turned to be a 5-wave structure. And this also had given us like a 5-wave structure, and we are focusing here now to know what next. What next? So we see this move here as a 1, just like I taught us. A move here as a 2. In the minor, a 1 in the minor, so you can see the inside of a 3, 3, 3, 4, and a 3, 5, a truncation. This had finished like this to the upside, a 3, 3, 3, 4. Then this should be a major 4 from this point. Is it a major 4? We are not sure. In trying to pick this as a major 4, where should a major 4 be? We pick the minor 2 to where we see as the international of 3 to have finished a 5 here to the downside. A major 4 should be around here. In fact, price would always give you a clue that, see, it has given us a -4 here. So price should not break here. So, and the price had given us a 4, and probably we are going to see the 5th wave to the downside. So we are getting a reaction here. The 5th wave to the downside. And this is going to count like a 5 waves, a broccoli again, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 had finished, -1, -2, a 3, and a 4, and we are finishing the last wave as 5. You might extend more than what you would call an extension. Let's see. You know, it may extend more than that. It doesn't really matter. When you are looking for an extension, you're just trying to guide yourself. You are trying to guide yourself, but price may not respect that. Can you see it has even breached it? So it's not working within that at all. But what you are going to do is to count the structure or the wave pattern itself. So we are going to count that wave. That is where we are going to see the last wave. So we now know that this is 1, 2, and this is 3, this is 4, and we are going to count the 5th wave. So counting the 5 wave, we are going to count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well, the last wave. So in counting this, if I may label, this part now as a 1. Let's try to label. This is a long video, but it's to help you. Is to help us so we are doing a 5, and that is where we are going to end this move as a 5. So this is 1 here, and 2 in the minor or in the primary, 2 here, and 3 had ended here. The 4 of 3, the 4 of 3 will always guide us as to where price should not break when we are coming down. So, and this is 4, and we are going to see 5. So in seeing 5, we should start counting this wave now, this new wave. We started from here. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is done here. We are counting the last wave of 5. You know, at times when we're not sure, assuming you want to buy this pullback and you're not sure, all you can do probably if you thought that, because at times in a flash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could end here and there could be a bigger correction immediately, because it has ended 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of this initial wave as wave 1. It has ended it, but now what they are giving us, they are not giving us a big 2, they are just giving us a 4, a big 4. They just did this 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4. That is what the price did. So at times when you are trying to work these and you allow this to go, you are looking for a pullback, and it breaks your trend line here, and you said this is a pullback, and you want to buy this pullback, you can buy this pullback. Immediately you buy this pullback, allow the price to go up, and as the price is going up, you try to put your trade at either here or a break even because you are buying against trend. So you put a break even. So if price now begins to soar and break above 40, then you know this is a new wave. They're having a bigger correction. Otherwise, it could be within the limit of 4. Since you are break even, you're not going to lose any money. You can only anticipate. I think I taught you something just now. Okay, so now what we can see here now is this. Inside of the fifth wave, we are seeing this as a 1. We are seeing this as a 2. And if your count retracement is correct, okay, that's at 78. And we should get a 3. We should get a 3 within that wave. We should get a 3. So, and the 3, for it to be a 3 and not ABC, because we should not be expecting an ABC here the way it's going. Again, just like I taught us, it's easy. It should be getting easier now from here to this point of 1. We are looking for at least 100 or 123. If it's still part of this correction, it should be forming an ABC with 8. But the first thing that you should know, since it's breaking down, is not an ABC anymore, because this is the first one you look at. You first look at this one from here to this point here. This is more than 141. So it's not an ABC, it's pulling down. So a retracement of here is a 2. But now where we are going next is to look at reaction at 100, which is here. And the price had broken that already at 100 or at 123, which is here, or at 161.8, which is below, between me and you. If you want to exit this, you should be planning to exit this, your buy or your sell, at around this level, because you might just have a push up and a truncation. So this will be a good, of course, price may well go beyond this to the downside. Maybe the reaction that you get here will tell you if you want to exit at this point or not. You should be looking for reaction at this level or below it. Now 100 is taken because we are correcting before 123. Price will correct and break 123, and this is a level where you should be expecting your price to get to. Now, this is what I'm seeing at the moment, that price will get to this point at least to give us a 3. So if we're able to get a 3, then we're looking for a 4. And of course, assuming we get a 3 at this level, to this immediate wave, once you break this level of 50, this is because 438 is at this level, at this support. Once you break this level of a 50, once you break this level after coming down to a 50, once you break that level of a 50, then the only thing that we are doing is to have a bigger correction. In that case, if you're not having a bigger correction, this from the point of that reaction becomes your 1. It becomes your 1, and we should be expecting a 2, which is a bigger ABC, just like we saw when I was teaching us to the upside for the ending diagonal. We should be expecting that if we get a reaction here. So what I'm saying in essence is this. Let me go to 1 hour time frame. Now, so if we should get a reaction at that level, because all that could stop at this point of 3, if you get a reaction at this level, what we are saying is that, and we begin to climb up again, we should be looking for opportunity to buy here. So if you get a reaction and it goes up, then we should pick an order of a sell. Once it breaks the 4th wave of this, if you get a reaction here, this is the limit of the 4th wave. If we should get a 4th wave break out of here, look for a correction to buy. That is just the meaning. Look for a correction to buy a bigger pullback. And if you are doing a bigger pullback, we are looking at the all of this since it is looking like an ending diagonal, the reaction will be occurring bigger to the upside, not a shallow at 50 to run down. You should be expecting, of course, price has gone down. This one will not hold again. So we should be expecting the price to turn to give us a 2 around these areas of 61.8 or even 78 for a 2. You might be having a deeper pullback of a 2 to give us an ending diagonal if you're going to get that, which means that it might even be breaking the trend line. So in essence, the way of trading this one, you look for a reaction. Once okay, this is a 3, 4, and a 5. Once we get any reaction here, it breaks the limit of the structure of 4. Look for a retracement of this immediate wave, the retracement, and to buy. And as you are buying, you are anticipating that it could be an ABC to the upside, 1, or that the way and manner it will go up will tell you if it's a correction to the upside, that we are coming down to do a 3, or that we have finished the whole of wave 5 in truncation at this level, and we are starting a new wave of a new trend. So it's either you are anticipating a 1 and a 2, a 3 and a 4 and a 5, and we turn up, or that these would have finished the whole of the move to the downside, and that the way and manner this one is going to go up, of course, we will be buying it to see if it's an ABC. We'll be taking our stock and our counting seriously until if we break above here. Once we break above here, then it's the end of that move. So I think that has exposed a whole lot of things to us in this training. That's exposed a whole lot of things to us. I've been able to cover a whole lot in this training today. And one thing I want to show us now, because I promised, is to really give us what gold is doing. Let's go to what gold is doing. Let's see what gold is doing. On the larger time frame, let's look at the weekly. On the larger time frame, we are seeing this big move on the larger time frame. Okay, we are seeing this big move on the larger time frame. This is quite big. I think that's it. Okay, still loading. But I want us to focus here. Let's forget about what has happened here. Let's focus here. Let's focus here on the larger time frame. What I see is I see a 1 and a 2, and I see a 3 and I see a 4. That is what I'm seeing on the larger time frame. Is this on handle? Let me pick another instrument so that I can do my drawing. Let me pick this. Is it the same thing? I don't like this one. Let's see this. Okay, this is good. So I'm picking something that is new, so to teach us gold. What I can see here is the origin of a wave. That's the origin so far. That's the origin so far. And I can see what has been the end of this wave so far to the upside here. Okay, that's the origin of that. And let's do something. So that is 1. This is where 2 is. Of course, if you want to go to the lower time frame, you can do all your assessment like a broccoli that I taught you on Euro USD. So, but if we take this measurement, this is giving us a 76 or 78, which is good for a wave 2. And to the upside, do we have more than a wave 3? To the upside, we must be able to understand what the price is doing. And at this point is 100. Price did more than 100. This is 123, and this is 161.8. This is good for a wave 3 to the upside. Now, this is a wave 3 to the upside. Oh, do you think that this is a wave 2? Do you think that this is a wave 2? What do we expect a wave 4 to be from what I just taught us from a wave 2? A wave 4 in the immediate. Oh no. A wave 4 in the immediate should be around this point. So around this point to this is a wave 4 in the immediate, which looks like what we have gotten here around this area. So if this one had given us a wave 4 in the immediate, these may have turned up to be a wave 5 here. That is what I can see here. If these are turned to be a wave 4 in the immediate, this has turned to be a wave 5, or that we have an A, B, and a C to the downside here. But for me, I will still take this as part of this wave. So I finish a wave 5. So I finish a wave 5 here. So this is a 2, 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 to have finished this as a wave 5 to complete this cycle. And after this cycle is completed, we should be expecting an ABC correction. So an ABC correction, is this ABC correction part of wave 4? That is one thing we have to find out, or it's a complete ABC correction to the entire run. So if it's still part of wave 4, I will have to come from this point of wave 2 up to this point. It has gone beyond a wave 4, so that means it's an ABC correction to the downside that we got here of this particular run. So it's an ABC correction, so which means I have to come from here to the top. I think it's an ABC correction that we've done. We've done an ABC correction, so which may mean that actually these finished with 5 around this area, and we saw this as an A, B, and a C, and we are going up. I'm spending more time, okay, for your sake, because we have to look at what this is. This is like a 1. A 2. A 3. A 4. And a 5 for gold. So we have a 1, an ABC of a 2, then this most likely a 3, the way it went up. We add a 4 wave here, which came down like a 4 wave. If this is A, B, C of the 4th wave, is another thing too. I don't think it's going to be like this. When we had a 2 like this, it is going just to be a simple wave. But whatever it is, I think it's still part of correction. So these actually may be A, B, C, yeah, of this wave. Let's look at that possibility of it being an ABC of a correction of after the 5th wave. If I take this top and I look at what kind of retracement I'm having here, once it's not making any retracement step, just know that it's part of correction. I'm sorry, it's a truncation rather. This is at 100 and what is a truncation. So this is a 4, this is a 3. Sorry. This is a 3 here, this is a 4 here, and this is a 5 here. This is a 5, and we had this move to the downside as is this 5 waves? let's go inside of a daily time frame. Because C must always be a 5-way structure. C must always be a 5-way structure. Just like I told us, the 4th wave here must always be something to tame us, to lead us to a bigger 4. So, looking at this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. I think this is a C. Let's look at it. This is a 1. This is a 2. A 161.8 is here. Okay, this is actually a 5-way structure. This is a C. So it's part of the 4th wave. 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 So this is a 3. We've not done with 5. That's the meaning. So this is like an A. A. B. And a C. So we have an A, a B, and a C. Oh, sorry. Of 4. And we broke up to do with 5, with 1 of 5. So if this is with 1 of 5, okay, that's the with 1 of 5. So this looks like a wave 1 of 5. With 1 of 5, and we are trying to do, we've just done it with 2 of 5. That is what it's looking like. Of course, we are making sense of the old structure, but at the same time, we are going to work in terms of we are dealing with a broccoli to understand what is playing out. So far, we have made sense out of the bigger trend. So we are looking at, after completing this O wave, is this an ABC of this move to the downside? That is one thing we want to check. It has to click at least 50. So it's gone beyond 50. So there it is almost at 61. So it's an ABC of that move. So this is a 2. This is a 2 without breaking this area. This has a 2. So that is a 2. So let's go back to the daily time frame. So this is a 2. So, and we add this reaction here, and that's a 2. So looking at the internal architecture or structure of this particular wave that went up, so I can see that this part of ABC, a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, the inside of a 4, we have a 5 here, the 5, and we had this move, an ABC move, and we are going up. So here is a 1 and a 2 in this region, and this is going up as a 3, a 4, and this 5, you know, in an ending diagonal here. So we're still going to make sense of all these things that is happening around this area. So on the daily, this clearly has given us an ABC mode. So how do we understand this to be an ABC mode on the daily? Because this to me looks like the end of a move another end of a move to the upside. This may have been a 1. And what extension is this one giving us? From here to here. It looks so much. This is an 100 here. We are getting an, you know, a reaction just around here, probably about 100. I think, yeah, the broker here. So I think when I did it on the Ohando, it actually gave me an 100, you know, extension. It gave us an 100 extension. So we had the A, B, C of wave 1. We had this one in the middle. We had this one in the middle. And we have also this one. It could have been an ABC here. That's another thing. It could have been an ABC there. And that would make it more complex. But after this, we had a 1 and a 2. And this went down in a flash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ended here. So this is a new move. So this could be a 3-1. This actually could be a 3-1. So this is where you're going to pay attention. So this could be a 3-1. Let's go inside of a, and as it's going up, these had finished up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to me. This is a silly move now. Let's go inside of 4-hour time frame. We're going to break this top, but what you should be expecting now is a correction. Yeah, what you should be expecting now is a correction. We should be expecting a correction, and this goes just give us this run. Ooh. So inside here, we could have had a 1 and a 2 in the minor, and it began to grow to this. And this is like a 4, and this is going up like a flash of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. That is what I can see here now. So these had gone up like the initial part, a 1, 2 in the minor, and this had ran 5 waves, you know, and this is like a 4 wave, and this is like with I will show you what I meant now. It's gold. It's like a flash. Like a flash. This is the first part of it around this area. And this looks like a wave 2 part of it around this area. Let me go to the lower time frame. Let's say 15 minutes to understand that. We need to understand that. Is a special request, and we have to do justice to it to understand what is happening here. So actually the 2 is just minor is here. You can see that. So the 2 minor is here. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 2 minors is here. So, and this should be a 4 of this particular move, and we are doing the 5th wave. If it had broken down this point, would have taken it as the end of the 4th wave, and that we are coming down. So it did 4th wave here, and it's going up in a bullish run again, because it's a very bullish run that it's making. So we are going up. Now we are going to see the inside of this new move. I don't need this end of 1 again. Let me just keep 2 there. So between 2 and 5 of this one, and it's a 4, a complete run here, 1. And so it's still not done with a complete wave 1. It's going to run this as 5 waves to the upside. We can see that it's burning off now. It's burning off. In trying to burn off, we're going to look at this particular wave. This is very bullish. I remember we saw something like this on Euro USD when it was doing a leg, was just going like that, forming a, you know, like demonic structure. Let me use this. We have to study this new wave, okay? We have to study this new wave. That's like wave 1 here, and the 2 of this particular wave in the primary is below here. in the primary is below there. I'm still going to run so this looks like a wave 4 of this particular wave. That's the third wave there. And this is a wave 4 of this particular wave. It is when this wave finishes that it finishes, but I think it's dropping. It's going to drop. It's going to drop. This is going to drop. It's going to drop. This is going to drop. And the last part, of course, is running as 1, 2, and it's doing like the fifth, the fourth, and this might just be the last movement of this wave before we have a big, an ABC correction. So how do you monitor this? From this point, I think you are just going to look at wave 3. That's what we are going to look at, wave 3. No. Let's pick from here. That's the first move. That's the first move. So anything that is coming down might not be able to break that place. That's the first move. So the immediate move from here is this. So once we break here, that's wave 3, going to 5 from that point. So once we cross here, we are coming down. It means that we are coming down, and coming down, I don't know how long, but we are getting to the end of this. I think this is wave 3 here. This point is wave 3 of that move. And to confirm that, let's look at RSI. Okay. RSI. The RSI is not piping down, so we still need to see this is a consolidation here, though even that it has gone higher. So we need to see what is going to happen here. If it's going to begin to fall or it go a bit up more before it comes down. We are getting close to where we are going to dip down, but I think it's still pushing up a bit. It's still going to push up a bit, but we are getting close to the end of this. Once we cross this trend line, we are almost at the end of this move. And if that happens, you're just going to look for ABC correction. And what that ABC correction is going to do, I don't know. We are going to look for an ABC correction. So this might just be a big one, a big wave 1 that is going up, but we are getting to, it might break this top before we have a bigger correction. So, but we are almost where we're going to get a correction. So if we should break now, the trend break eventually is going to come from here, from the base here. It's going to come from there, the trend break, to signal that we are having a deep correction. So not until we cross here, we are not going to get a deep correction. So we are going to see in the immediate how this price breaks here, and it might just be a turn to come down. And we might be having an ABC that is deep enough. But I think we are getting close to the end. You don't want to buy at this level. It's dangerous to buy at this level. You should wait for a correction. So whatever that correction now gives you is going to be deep or not, we're just going to follow it. I think we had something similar like this on Euro USD. Let me see Euro USD. We had something similar on Euro USD. We have something similar on Euro USD here. Here, at this point. We have something similar here. Still remember, it was just thrusting up and up and up. We had something similar, and all of a sudden they dropped it and they began to come down. And the way and manner they came down also, it's like what we saw here from this base. If you're not careful, you won't be able to even count. You know, this is the first base, and the wave 3 is from here. The wave 3 is, I think, from here up, or something like that. So that was what we saw then. And but this break tells us, okay, they are coming down. So the same thing on gold now. So the same thing on gold. We are getting there. We might just hit resistance here. Price may just break that or not, but that's the point of resistance. This area, these are the areas we are going to watch for what price is going to do, how price is going to react. Price may break it, then react to give us a very big correction to the downside, an ABC that is deep as 50 or 61.8. That is more than 38 anyway. So what we are saying is that to get here from this top, you still need very close to about 200 pips or thereabouts, about 250, 300 pips. That is what you need in case you are deep in negative, about 300 pips, and going to get a reaction. It might get here or not, but we are expecting that reaction soon. So you are going to be checking your daily candle. Once you begin to get a momentum loss like this, then we are very close to, you know, the point of correction. But for now, I can see that we are very close to the point of correction. This is 4 hour. And of course, I can't see when this one is going to close. We are very close to it. These are the points you are going to get your reaction. And so we decide what next. You look for your deep correction. ABC is going to give you an ABC. It's going to give you an ABC. This looks like the fourth, the third, the one. In fact, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. Does it look like this is like an ABC from here? Would it give us an ABC? I doubt that. An ABC is 100 here. No. So let's allow it drop. All we can do is to allow it drop and see if we have a deep pullback and we're going to go up to break the top or not. I think that ends the long trading today.